In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my top 10 tips for transitioning from relaxed hair to natural hair. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Janet of jdiva.com, and on this channel we talk on natural hair care, skin care, health and wellness, and if these are topics you love, please consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post another video. I recently big chopped my transitioning hair, and in the course of my transitioning, I picked up a few tips. So if you're new on your transitioning journey, maybe from relaxed to natural or from heat damage to healthy hair, then you're going to love today's video because it's going to be packed with 10 awesome tips that if you incorporate into your transitioning hair journey, it's going to make the process easier for you. The first tip is to get a protective style that works for you. Now, handling transitioning hair can be difficult, especially when your new growth begins to kick in. Now, this is the point where you want to get a transitioning hairstyle. You want to put your hair in a protective style that is simple for you. It's easy for you to maintain, easy for you to manage, take down, just easy for you, something that works with your style. So when I started transitioning, of course, I didn't have any new growth. My hair was freshly relaxed. So I put my hair in low buns. When I was relaxed, you would catch me 95% of the time in a low bun. So that was the protective style I started out with in the beginning. Now, as I began to grow more natural hair, I upgraded to a flat twist. I made a video with my hair in that style. Now, after that, my hair became a bit more difficult. It was just getting increasingly difficult to handle. I opted to grow my hair with braids. I even made a video on how to grow your hair in braids. I will link that up here now. So I started putting my hair in kinky twists. They were easy for me. I had a girl who comes in to install the twists. They were easy. I made them medium sized. Initially, the first one I made was with my natural hair. And then at a point, I didn't want to just deal with my hair. I washed my hair, deep conditioned it, and then put it in kinky twists and leave it in for 3 weeks to 4 weeks. It worked fine for me. Now, if you don't want to use braid extensions the way I did, you can put your hair in styles that blend both textures. Styles like twist outs, braid outs, bantu knot outs. These are lovely styles that you can incorporate into your transitioning journey to just keep your hands off your hair. This is very important. The second tip is to be gentle with your hair. Now, where the natural hair meets the transitioning hair is called the line of demarcation, and our hair usually breaks up from this point. So you want to be very gentle whenever you handle your hair. You want to work in 4 sections, at least a minimum of 4 sections. When I was transitioning, I was always working on 4 sections. Now I'm natural, my hair is so short, so I work in more sections, of course, because I can't put my hair in 4 sections at this point. So this is very important. Working in sections allows you to take down a little amount of hair and handle that part of the hair at a time, preventing breakage and allowing you to be more gentle on your hair. The third tip is to pre-poo before you wash your hair. This is very important. Now, a pre-poo is anything you apply to your hair before you shampoo your hair. Is a pre-poo, a pre-shampoo treatment. So it can range anywhere from an oil to a rinse out conditioner to a deep conditioner. Yes, you can deep condition as a pre-poo. Now, why a pre-poo is so important is because the cleansing process strips our hair of its natural sebum that keeps it moisturized. Now, what these pre-poos do, they infuse moisture back into the hair. So when you cleanse the hair is not left squeaky clean and dry. How I pre-poo is I pre-poo overnight. Now, if I'm to wash my hair today, that means I must have applied the pre-poo the night before. Now, I usually pre-poo with oils. When I'm done applying my pre-poo, I cover my hair with a conditioning cap and then I sleep in it. Now, whenever I pre-poo, I notice that after I rinse off my shampoo, my hair is not dry. It doesn't feel stripped. It's less matted. It helps. Trust me, if you haven't been pre-pooing, please incorporate it into your hair journey, whether you're relaxed, natural, or transitioning. A pre-poo is a must for everyone. My fourth tip is to keep your hair moisturized. If you think your relaxed hair is dry, think again. The first thing I noticed as I started transitioning was that my transitioning hair was so dry. So dry. So what I did was deep condition on a regular basis. Whenever my hair was not in braids, I deep conditioned every week. Now, before I install my braids, I deep condition. I do a protein treatment, either on its own, do a mixture of a moisture and a protein deep conditioner to deep condition my hair. This is how I kept my hair from having excessive amounts of breakage. My fifth tip is to trim as you go. Now, one thing about transitioning hair is the more new growth you get, the weaker your transitioning hair looks. When your hair is wet, you will just feel like cutting the whole relaxed hair off. Yes, I know you must have planned to transition for like a year or maybe 18 months, but you don't have to wait till the end of the transition into big chop and cut off your transitioning hair. That's your relaxed hair. You can trim as you go. Now, this helps you to maintain the same length. The more new growth you get, the more you cut. So initially, I had my first trim, I think at 5 months post relax, 5 or 6 months post relaxer. But after then, every time I took down my braids, I took off a bit. Every time I took off my braids, I took off a bit because I just couldn't wait to get rid of the whole relaxed hair. My sixth tip is to listen to your hair. Now, this is another important point. Your hair determines what it absorbs, what it doesn't absorb. Now, your hair is going to tell you what's working and what's not working. So observing what works is very important because your hair will not lie. We all have different hair porosity types. So understanding your hair porosity is very important because it's going to determine the kind of products that work for you and the products that don't work. If you don't know how to determine your hair porosity, I made a video on that and I'll be linking it up here. You can check it out. Now, in the beginning of my transitioning journey, my products that worked for my relaxed hair were working perfectly. But the more new growth I got, the more they started sitting on my hair. Now, for example, I used to use the Afuji Pro Vitamin Leave-In, as in it worked very well for my hair. But as I continued to transition, I found out it just sat on my hair. My hair wasn't absorbing it. So I dished it. And then I moved on to my cream-based leave-ins. My cream-based leave-ins work very well. They worked for my relaxed hair and they work for my transitioning hair. Like your hair is going to tell you what it loves. So currently, I noticed that the cream-based leave-ins, the heavier leave-ins work better. Even much more for my natural hair. Anything light just sits on my hair. It doesn't go in. The seventh tip I have for you guys is that it's fine to big chop. It's totally fine to big chop. It's your hair, it's your decision, it's your big chop, capiche? If you're tired of the transitioning journey, you cut it off. I had battled with the idea of cutting my hair for the longest because I'd been so used to, having long hair. I was just wondering, how will I style the hair? How am I going to grow it out? When will it get so long? But I was really tired of the transitioning process. So if you're done with it, if you get tired of the process, you're going to become impatient with the detangling. Your wash days will become, very, very tiring for you. So you can cut off your hair. It's totally fine. You don't have to feel guilty. You cut the hair and you start your natural hair journey. Like, it's very exciting. Like, I'm excited to know how my hair is going to be, my texture, my curl pattern. I'm just interested. It feels like an adventure, really. And I think it's going to be a fun process. So if you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button so you follow me on my natural hair journey, okay? So guys, my 8th tip is to detangle your hair properly before washing your hair. This is very, very important. If you wash your hair without detangling, you will sit down there for the next 3 hours trying to correct your mistake. You don't want that. It's very important you just leave your hair if you're not up to it. Like, if you're not ready, just leave it. Because you need to properly detangle. Like, I experienced this the last time I loosened my kinky twist. Like, when I took them down, my hair was so tangled. It took me a while to totally detangle before I pre-pooed and then left my hair to wash it. It was a tangled mess. So if you're not ready to detangle, just leave it, because each time you take down your hair, you'd have to deal with a lot of tangling, a lot of matting. So you have to be patient. Take them out. You need to start with finger detangling. Then you move on to using a white tooth comb. This is very important. I know it also helps to put your hair in 4 sections, as I said earlier on, before you detangle. So you have a little amount of hair to work with at a time. My 9th tip is to avoid heat at all costs. This wasn't particularly difficult for me because I learned this earlier on in my relaxed hair journey, that heat is not your friend. Like, I always air dried. I think that contributed hugely to me growing my hair really fast when relaxed. So I basically air dried like 99% of the time. I can count how many times I've flat ironed my hair. Like a lot of people haven't seen me with really straight hair. So it wasn't hard for me. But for those of you who love to style your hair with heat, you have to keep the heating tools for now. It's going to damage your new growth, and when you big chop, your new growth is going to just look like a relaxed hair, and you will now have to transition again from heat damage back to natural hair. I'm sure that's not what you want. Patience is like the oil that keeps the transitioning engine going. If you know you don't have any of it, abort mission. Abort the mission today, because patience is the key when transitioning from combing your hair to detangling your hair to styling your hair to washing your hair, like you name it. Anything you do to your hair, you need to be patient when transitioning, because if you don't, you're just going to cause a lot of damage to the hair, cause breakage. So patience is key here. If you know it's something that is too difficult for you, you can be chopped. You can stop the transitioning process at any point in time and go natural outrightly by big chopping. Or if you know it's not working, then you can relax your hair. Like, you do you. It's your hair, it's your decision. Whatever you decide is for you and it's not for any other person. So do what works for you. So guys, I hope you found the video helpful. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button below, and let me know if there's any topic you'd like me to bring across to you guys down in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.